with the Montreal Canadiens. Before we talk puck with Steve Peters, who lives about 100 feet from me, he is in charge of the neighborhood watch in my neighborhood. And I'm having an issue, so I really don't see him much. So this is my only opportunity to talk to him about it.
Fire away,
so
Rock.
if that's all right, Steve, will you take a question in regards to the neighborhood?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So today, my black trash can was out, and they didn't empty the whole thing. So what do I need to do to make sure that they, empty the can completely? Because it's happening a lot. It's starting to bother me.
Well, the first thing, make sure that you're securing all your garbage tightly in individually wrapped plastic bags. Don't put it in loose. That's part of the HOA mandate.
Okay.
Second, if it continues, I will reach out to the city of Scottsdale myself to make sure that we get your receptacle dropped properly.
Okay, and then when does the HOA come around and clean the trash cans, with the high-pressure wash?
That's you. And I do that. I try to do mine once a month. Get on it, Rock.
Okay.
Wow. That's such a corporate answer. It was great.
That's why he's the head of the neighborhood watch.
Wow.
I mean, he's been the head guy for like 8 years now, so no one ever beats him.
So they vote him in every year.
Oh, yeah. It's like he's got a lifetime job there.
Peters has got to give it to him.
Pressure wash.
Yeah, so you're on your own there, Rock.
Coach Pete joining us. All right, you heard Logan Cooley. We got his first goal last night. You think you get that one? As Coach T said, monkey off his back, got his first goal. Now you think that'll loosen up? He's not pressing.
I hope so, because that goal was one. It was dynamic and it was with speed and skill, which is exactly his game. He played with a little more bite, a little more jam after that. So hopefully now that does open the floodgates. He's still tied for rookie scoring in the whole league, but he's sitting with one goal. He needs to pick that up if he wants to be in the Calder conversation.
You 4-4-1 right now. Surprise, good, bad, or different about what you expected so far?
It's better, and I think this team could even be in a better spot than 4-4-1. They have 3 home games at the Mullet coming up tonight, Saturday, and next Tuesday against teams that they need to get points against. So this team is sitting right at the edge of a playoff spot at almost 10 games in. I think people are happy with this. So they get some points tonight out of Montreal and Winnipeg on Saturday and Seattle next Tuesday. By the end of all that, if they're still sitting in a playoff spot, who knows? Long way to go, but it's a good start.
You go 8-1 over Chicago. I thought about that one.
BP, man. BP.
Yeah. I thought about that. If that was a football game, it'd been like 76-7 or something like that.
No, 56. 8 times 7.
I don't know about that.
Good K-State math.
That's huge. 8-1. That's a huge burger on that one. Talk about that game. How refreshing it is to get that bad boy off the schneid and clear the house, so to speak.
Yeah, this was a team that last few seasons has really struggled to score goals. Hey, let's face it, they had 7 goals in their first 22 shots. That's 1 every 3. That just doesn't happen. Chicago had a tough night defending, and honestly, they spent 3 days in Tempe and Scottsdale. Turns out you don't play extremely well after a couple of days in the 80-degree sunshine. So I don't think that helped them. But yeah, it was an awful game by Chicago. Conversely, Arizona got pucks to the net, and they drove the net extremely hard. They struggled to score goals in the past. This is a really good sign for this team that they're getting goals from their second and third line. So, I mean, I keep saying this, maybe. Like, I don't want to jump quite on the bandwagon with both feet, but maybe this team is better than expected.
All right, let me jump in then because and I want to reference the Blackhawks game. And Connor Bedard, I've watched his opener, and I've watched him a couple of times, and he has scored already in a Blackhawks jersey. Can you explain what you believe is the difference then in their games between Bedard and Cooley? Because when I watch them both, they are both young, explosive players. Set me up on that.
Well, a couple of things. Connor Bedard is an extremely dynamic hockey player. His disadvantage right now is he is 18.
Okay.
He is coming right out of his draft year, and he is small and a little bit slight, so he's been able to get pushed off the puck. When he has room, he is electric. Like, when he's got room to shoot, his shoot is as good as anyone in this league. His release, his shot, exceptional. but he's young and small. What Cooley has an advantage of, he stayed a year and played college hockey, got bigger, got a little bit stronger, and he's got a little bit more of a physical part to his game where he can push guys off the puck a little more than you're going to see Connor Bedard, at least right now. But as far as puck skills, hand skills, speed, ability to get to the net, these are two extremely dynamic players, and they're very similar. So I'm hoping, as a fan, that this becomes the Crosby-Ovechkin battle over the years, that we see a Cooley-Bedard battle as these two teams get better, that these are the two future stars that are battling each other out for years to come.
He's Steve Peters, ESPN hockey analyst, as well as part of Go PHNX. I want to get your thoughts. Here we are, 4-1-1. It's respectable. We talk about that. Your thoughts now, early on, when you look at the offseason moves that this organization made. If you talk, can you kind of talk about a couple or a few that you think have made an impact this early, or still on hold, or maybe some that haven't?
Yeah, sure. They made a trade for a player named Sean Dursey, a defenseman out of L.A., young kid, 24 years old, expected to help the offense from the back end. Right now, he's got 4 goals from the back end. He's one of the top defense scoring players in the National Hockey League. A big surprise.
Okay.
Not that he wasn't going to provide offense, but at this pace, he's playing exceptional. And then another one to look out for is a kid that played in Tucson last year, Michael Carconi, who led the American League in scoring, led the Tucson Roadrunners, obviously, in scoring. He got 4 points against the Chicago Blackhawks, and he's been a huge surprise. The one I thought was going to drive it was Jason Zucker. He's been hurt, and he's missed the last several games, and he's going to be out another week. So on his return, I expect this team to get another little bit of a bump. And so maybe for the next 10 or 15 games, you're going to see this team on a run.
Can you, in your estimation, and you can always reference the playoff spot, and yes, the season is very, very early right now in its infancy, but in your estimation, with the roster that they have right now, and if they continue down the trek that they are going, could this be a playoff team at the end of the season?
And the short answer is yes, which is, I can't believe I'm saying that out loud.
Okay.
But the biggest reason is this. The Western Conference right now is extremely top-heavy when you see teams like Colorado and Vegas at the top. And then there's a core in the middle that is going to battle it out. And I think the Coyotes are in that mix. And I think it could be 7, 8, 9, 10. 8 is the cutoff. Yeah, I don't see any reason right now, the way this team is competing, as long as their goaltending stays strong, that this team can't be close to or included in the playoff conversation.
So, Steve, you're averaging right now 2.5 goals per game. Where would that need to be to piggyback on Jimmy's question about playoff-type goal scoring on average per game?
Yeah, it's going to have to increase, but actually it's pretty good for this team. To be closer to 3 is ideal, but the thing this team has been able to do is keep the puck out of their net. They had one game where it kind of blew up and got away from them, but they've been exceptional at goaltending and keeping teams off the score sheet. So I think if you can get closer to 3 and get the opponents closer to 2, this team is in a really good spot.
Coach, what's coming up on Go PHNX for you?
2 minutes.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to be on the post-game show tonight after the Montreal Canadiens, and again on Saturday, we are on after every Coyotes game. Tune into our YouTube channel at Go PHNX. And ESPN, I'm about to kick off and sit down here for a Toronto-Boston matchup tonight.
So are you the welcome wagon when these teams come in town? Montreal, and everybody make sure they get plenty of Tempe and Scottsdale? They're big fellas.
No. And I'm not condoning gambling by any means, but Montreal has also been here for 3 days, and there is a rumor that they might have gone golfing and maybe a few guys went to the World Series. So just keep an eye on that. The truth is, this is a hard place to play because of that. They're close to Mill Avenue. They're close to Old Town. These guys are 20 to 25-year-old kids. They like to have fun. So mullet magic actually exists.
Hey, heck with the Yotes. You just keep my neighborhood clean. All right, make sure all that riffraff and take care of my trash can when need be.
And power wash it while you're at it.
Halloween decorations.
So yeah, real quick.
Halloween decorations.
So Coach Pete had some, there's something in the neighborhood where you best get, best prize for the
Sure.
best, dressed up Halloween, and he had Travis Kelce and Swift, right?
Oh, okay.
Taylor Swift. It was awesome, but literally 8:00 Tuesday night,
Right.
already taken down.
Are you kidding
Come
me?
on.
Yeah, didn't even get to 9:00,
Yeah.
and their trick or treaters are still out at like at least
Yeah.
8:30.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a disservice!
I don't know. Last trick or treater was 7:28. My decorations were down by 8:05. Halloween's over. Let's go. Clean it up.
Yeah, this weekend his Christmas lights are going up.
Yard break.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, what is the rule with the association? When can the lights go up? When is it too early? Is it Saturday
Day-
after Thanksgiving?
Rock. It's not HOA. It's society. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Before that's too early.
Society. Yes.
Normal people, right, Coach Pete? Normal
Yeah.
folks.
Yes.
Exactly.
Coach, good stuff, buddy. Thanks as always.
Thanks, Steve.
Coach Steve Peters
Thanks for
here.
having me, guys.
Yeah, good stuff. Brought to you by All City Towing. They're hiring. They're in Tempe, by the way. They're near the Mullet Magic Arena. All City Towing, they continue to grow. They got new vehicles in their fleet, and they need to hire, so head to allcitytowing.com. That's all